child of a set of parents that the parents were poor after the fall, and now the children are going like, well, you don't have anything, why are you telling me something? But yet they're trying to tell them that we used to be something. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah.
And now we have what we have the problem for Russia right now is we have lots of oil and gas. This is a problem too. This is not like a good thing. This is a problem too, because it makes the Russia stopping economy, stopping developing of the technologies, you know, because it's not necessary to create or to have like something new, you know,
to
make
lazy, you know.
yeah, and
we
to
have
make laboratories to researching, you know, and stuff like this. Easy to open the tube, you know, and the oil goes through for sale, you know, and collect money. So, and this is a problem too, because it makes us not us. We really like to do something. Yeah, it makes a government and the law, lobbies of laws makes people lazy. You know, not developing and make new high technologies and stuff like that. So this is a problem too. But this is good because if the oil prices goes up. Now it's low right now, so but one day they will grow up, so and we will get more money. So this is good for budget, this is good for the government, but nobody see this money because they are disappeared somewhere. So because we have and now we have a system. In the Soviet Union time we had a system like everybody were the same, like middle class. So and it was like a good insurance for future for families and for people who are working whole life till the pension age, and then the government supporting during his death. So, but now you have to worry about yourself during your life, and the problem is right now we have a big gap between a small percentage of people who are like very rich, so and the people and other part of people who are not so rich. So and the rich people who are sitting on the tube with the gas or oil, they make a lots of money, but this is only few of them, you know. And other people, they not let them live free, you know, because it's what we had in the Soviet Union time. All factories or oil towers, or what do you call it in English? I'm not sure. But
an oil drill or an oil well?
Yeah, oil well, yeah. Thanks. And they were, in generally, belongs to everybody, you know?
Right.
Yeah, but now it
Now
belongs to somebody, so, and nobody knows to who is oil.
Where's that money going? Yeah. Okay, I
This
understand
is
that.
a problem. Yeah.
Due to the Soviet Union crash, and you're saying that there's like a big difference between, like there's a big gap between the people who have money and the people who don't. Is there a lot of poverty and poor people around, just like around the towns that you live in? And
Well, I would say that in the past, what was good, we have no homeless people at all. Yeah. And now it's not like here, but we have some. Yeah. Not like here, less, more or less than here. And you, for example, we travel a lot here in the United States, and we spend time everywhere. And we have been in DC many times. And for us, it was so surprised to just nearby White House or Capitol to see lots of homeless people. They just living on the subway in the boxes from TVs, and it's absolutely was for us surprise. So, but now we have it as well. So this kind of people, which is bad.
But we have a terrible climate. It's very cold during the winter time, and it's not so easy to survive. And also right now we have a lot of many organizations. It's volunteer organization. They make food for these people and sometimes give some shelters for them, which is not bad. It's not a government deal. The people help because they want to help.
Yeah.
What important.
Would Sergei please tell us about his family and some of his thoughts?
He speaks English not so good
okay.
like we are, but he understands.
I was born in a small town, Kostroma, maybe 300 kilometers from Moscow, on the Volga River. And, my mother was an engineer when I worked, and father was a Navy officer. My grandfather during Second World War, my grandmother
The German troops catch him, so and put in the a special like prison or camp. Yeah.
yeah. After this, he returned in Russia and was got in a concentrated camp in Siberia for this. After 5 years, he died.
It was I will tell you about the Second World War. Lots of people who have been in concentrated camps, they came back to Soviet Union, and that was a big mistake for all of them, because the government didn't trust them because they thought they are agents like from spies from the Germans, so and they put them in the prison, for a while. Some people for a long time, some people not for a long time. So, and this was a bad thing because you just feel like you are free. The Second World War over, and come home, and it's not. Your war it still continue.
Thank you. So maybe I'm explaining you a little bit this interesting thing and very understandable. For example, about our lives, we are all musicians, and in the past, the government support musician, theaters, cinema, everything. And I would say this was a good time because what we have now, the ballet and all kind of composers after the revolution as well, that was because the government support the arts, very, very supporting. So they built and opened lots of theaters around the country, not only in Moscow and St. Petersburg. And that was great because, for example, if you study in music university, like we are in St. Petersburg, after that you can choose the job. So the government showed to you the 2 or 3 examples, and you can choose what you like to do. And that was a music job. It was not other jobs. So usually it was 2 or 3 choices. You can stay in your city and have a little position in the beginning, and you can make a career and go step by step up. Or you can go to region far away, maybe from St. Petersburg, and have a already good position in some theaters to be the chief one of the department or something like that, and bring your family there, and government help to they rent the apartment for you there, so that you can continue your job because the government supported it. What's happening right now? You're like we are, for example, I'm studied 11 years in the special music schools for boys, and then 5 years in conservatory. So I spent 16 years for studying music. But after that, I just have the diploma, and it's mean just go and do what you like, you know. And of course, if you're very artists, very high level educated, that's good for you. You maybe during education you already have a friends, or you're already famous, and this is a good possibility to go outside in the country, be famous musician. But it's also a very small percent of people who are has a success like musicians, right?
Right.
Mostly of them, they or change the professional, or maybe just study, teach the people in the kindergarten or at schools or music school. Maybe better in university, professors, but they are not not seeing it at all, so they just teaching. So, and it's depend what you do, but so we have a different talented and different powerful.
Right.
Yeah, and fortunately we are organized this group, and we have a possibility to travel outside in the country, and this is the support of our life, because we are also making money, and took this money back to Russia at home. But it's just our things, and this is our job. So we have a lot of people who have do nothing after the conservatory or university. They cannot continue to be a musician. This is very sad, because you lose the 15 years, and so you can be engineer or have another professional, but you don't. So which means if you go to be like constructor after the musician education, it means that some who are constructing goes out from this business to the other business, and make also working, change the profession and work something else. So it's a little bit wrong thing. So you must to be the professional in your professional.
Right.
Yeah. So this is a big difference between the musician, for example, in Soviet time and now. Yeah.
How different is the education system for children today than it was years ago? Or is it different?
Yes, it's the elementary school is free, still free, but if you go to university, you need to pay for that. So, or you need to be very smart, very talented, and you have a couple. The government support maybe 2, 3 kids on the group, for example, but other maybe 17, 20 person must pay for that. So in the past it was a free, absolutely free. You can have 1 or 2 high education, so it's up to you, and government supported. And you can go to the other cities as well, and they give to the people some place for their life, like dormitory. So, but now you need to pay for everything. So, and it's not easy. For example, if you would like to go from St. Petersburg to Moscow University, it's very difficult to do this. but in the past it was possible.
I think this crowd understands that very well.
Yeah.
In the Soviet Union, it was very secular, non-religion, non-religious. How has that affected your job as a musician, as an artist, coming out of the Soviet Union into what is essentially a religious revival?
You mean religion? Religious?
Yes.
Yeah.
May I answer your question? In the past, in the Soviet Union time, we had it almost was like prohibited, but some churches was open actually. So, but a lot of churches was closed and using for different kind of things like cinema theater, for example, or for swimming pool, for example. So
Yeah.
sounds strange, but that was in the Soviet Union time. But few numbers of churches was open during the Soviet Union time, and it was dangerous for the people sometimes, for people who are working as like a high position, have some good job. So it was almost like prohibited to go to, because if somebody will see you in the church and they will tell to somebody, so you can lose your job actually. And then the people try to be away from religion actually, and they don't like to, of course, they don't like to lose jobs because it was dangerous. But during the 50s or 60s, it was dangerous. You can be a prison as well. So if you, but during the Brezhnev time, it was not so strong. You can lose your job, or they will invite you to talk to you. Do not do this. So, but in the past, you can be in prison as well. But after the Soviet Union was broken, the system was changed, and for religion right now it's a good time. So, and it's you can go in any church you would like to, and it's a good time for the Western churches who came to Russia actually, the new Russia, and build the churches like. As you know, the church called
Seventh-day Adventist Church, for example,
or Jehovah's
Methodist.
Witnesses.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yes. They're knocking in your door often, and we can see the two young boys, for example, like 18, 20 years old. They are telling you and would like to share you Bible stories, and this, which means this is open for every religious right now, and you can go without any fear to the church. And now it's a good time for Orthodox Church as well in Russia. Lots of people are going to the church, and lots of people are finding life sense in the church too. So.
I would like just add a few words about the Soviet time. The church was under pressure in Russia, but in the republics of Russia, it was not so strong pressure. This is a very important question because, for example, in the Baltic Sea, we have very strong. They have a Lutheran religion, very strong, and the Russians don't touch this. In Asia also we have a lot of very strong Muslim community, and the Russian doesn't touch them. So it was only in Russian territory. In the republics, it was not so strong like in Russia.
Can I ask one follow-up that a professor is interested in? When you were studying music history at the conservatory, before the Soviet Union collapsed, did they leave out of the sacred music studies that we would now be interested in?
Yeah, fortunately, we were born in the absolutely good time for that, because when we finished this study of the music colleges,
Right.
the all Russian sacred music came immediately in 19th to the all schools, all university, and it was absolutely great.
But for about 60 years,
But
that was
before,
ignored.
everybody just maybe know the Vespers by Rachmaninoff or Liturgy of Tchaikovsky, and this is a piece is not exactly created for the church service. This is a more concerts pieces. So but the others famous composers like Chesnakov, Arkangelsky, Kostalsky, Kedrov, we don't know before during the Soviet time. Yep.
Would you say that, or I was wondering how the political structure has changed. Could anyone that sets their mind to it become a part of the government now in Russia? Or is it kind of restrictive as to like who can be a leader in your government?
Could you all hear that? The question he asked was, can anybody become part of the political structure in Russia now, or is it still dictated who can become a leader?
You can be, but it's probably the same like you have here in United States. And some people would like to work for government, right? And it's open, but it's a long way to be like VIP person in the politics, and it's almost impossible in Russia right now. So, but you can try, probably.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
How many of you guys were alive in 1991? Okay. How many of you were not alive in 1991? Okay. There you go. When I was growing up, I'll be 37 this year. In the 80s, a lot of the movies that I saw, the bad guys were the Soviets.
Yeah, we just say.
So, I mean, this is from a popular culture question. You guys are talking about Russian movies. How were Americans portrayed during that same time in the Soviet Union?
Yeah, we didn't have any movies with the bad guys who are U.S. citizens, right?
Yeah.
Americans.
Yeah, and during, I would say that in Soviet time, we haven't any movies like Rambo. Yes, we haven't collect action movies. If you turn back and watch the French, Italian, Russian classical movie, it's very interesting kind of movie. It's, of course, this is a nice comedy. This is a nice piece from the classical literature, from the real life about the families in Russia. Lots of good families, and some of them has a critic to the government, which is very interesting now to watch, because sometimes people think, oh, that was a time when the government trashed the people, pushed the people very strong. No, the theaters make a good pieces in cinema and movie theaters. You can watch the nice movie where the people ask the question about their life, about why we are not can go out, from example. So that was a time when not all was prohibited. So the people can ask the question to talk each other and make a question to the government as well. Yeah, and but we haven't any movies like you said. Of course we have a couple maybe movies in the beginning of 19th about the Cold War, but it's just like a story, spy story, something like. So it's no no movies like
Bad Americans.
yeah, like a Rambo or something
Sure.
like that about the war in this time. We have a lots of nice movie about the World War II or First War, but not in the 20th, the latest 20th century. Yeah.
We have time for about 2 or 3 more questions, so I'll let you choose who you'd like to call upon.
So go ahead.
Okay, so during the Soviet time, like, how equal was everyone? Like, was there no upper, lower, or middle class, or at all?
Yeah, they were almost pretty the same. It was like a middle class, you know, like you have here, middle class. I don't know. It's you cannot buy a luxury car, for example, or like something special. But that was enough. Your salary was enough to live and buy simple things. You know.
Yeah, and I may ask you also something. The two systems, the Soviet system and now democracy system, has a two part of medal. In the Soviet time, you can work very hard and do something very interesting with warm heart and have the same salary, same money for this job than your friend, for example, who just working monotonously, like very simple job. But and here as well, you can work very hard and you will have a lots of money, or you can do just something simple and have a small money. What's the difference between the money? So, but in the money must be a result of your work, or you just need the money. It doesn't matter what you do. This is the most important question for everybody, for our previous system and for this system. Because if you just would like to make money, it doesn't matter what you do. It's a wrong way. But now the people cannot understand the difference between that money must be a result of your job, of your skill, or what you're doing. It's most important to fix your mind, what you like to do, what you're doing good, what is satisfying you. And the result of that will be money, but not opposite, you know, because if you do like everything for the money, you can kill the people for the money. You can, you know, it's a way to the end for everybody. Yeah.
What's the attitude of the Russian people today toward tourism, foreign tourism?
So now it's a good time for visit Russia because we have a very nice museum, theater, beautiful cities and villages. So it's very interesting for you to visit there because it's absolutely different. It's like for us when we came here, and it's amazing. Lots of different stuff, including the voltage. You have a 1020, we have 220. Everything is different. Yeah. So and now it's a safe. You can use different ways to visit Russia by ships. They have now the very good cruise ship between the Moscow and St. Petersburg. Also, you have a possibility to visit the St. Petersburg without Russian visa. If you took the ferry from Finland and Swedish, you can spend 3 days without visa in St. Petersburg and visit Hermitage and Mariinsky Theater and stay in a ship during the night. So, and the extra reason to visit now the Russia that is the currency price now between the ruble and dollar are good for you. So you can buy the cheaper tickets to the plane and reserve the cheaper hotel than before.
Please welcome.
Please welcome. Yeah.
Growing up, before the fall of the Soviet, how much history did you learn that was not Soviet history? As in, like, did you guys learn any history from the U.S., from Europe, from Africa, or any of the other cultures' histories at all in school?
So mostly we study the Europe history. So we don't know well the American history or Africa or Asia, but the study Europe history, Europe music, of course, history, because we are in the past before the Soviet time, and now and I would say that every time we feel like we are the part of Europe. Yeah. And because lots of Russian composers studied in Italy in the beginning, and it's a big influence to back and forth. Lots of Russian composers after the revolution came to Europe and stayed there, and helps to create and put some new influence to European culture. So it's a great mix.
I know we could go on for a good deal longer, but these gentlemen have an agenda to keep, and some of you have classes to attend or to teach. I think collectively what we should do is thank them for their insights this morning.
And we also appreciate you for your invitation. It's a great pleasure for us to be with you and spend time with you. It's really what we need all together to be together in this small earth, and understand each other.
Yeah.